Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here from the beautiful Burger Field here in South Austin, Texas, for our first Trojan baseball game of the season. My name is Jack Farrell. I will be taking you through this season here on Vype Live. Been doing Trojan basketball games for several years, but moving over to baseball now and could not be more excited for this first game of the season. Want to thank my QA back in the Vype Live studios, Mr. Randy Fry, making sure that everything is running smoothly on our end. Oh, looks like we're already going to send it down to the PA. And this one between your Anderson Trojans and the Austin High Maroons. If you are checking in on Vype, we do have two broadcasts. We have the Anderson and the Austin High broadcast. So if you're an Austin High fan, go find that other link. This is the Trojan broadcast. Not going to be particularly complimentary of your team, so you might not have as much fun on this broadcast, but I'm going to keep an eye on this PA. Want to make sure they're not going to tear into these starting lineups before we can get into it.
The officials for the game have been mutually agreed upon by school officials for both schools.
Well, this will be our first opportunity here at Burger Center. We should be back here throughout the season a few times, but this is the first game that will truly count. You've had your scrimmages, some of those out of district games. All right, looks like we're going to do the lineups and the national anthem here in just a minute. But yes, this is our first district game of the season. Of course, a very big district here at 26-6A, and a very tough one at that. Austin playing some of those big powerhouse schools here in Central Texas. Well, we'll be getting started here in just a few minutes. First pitch time set for 7 o'clock. 71 degrees as it stands right now. Pretty warm day here in Austin to kick off baseball season, and it is some beautiful weather. Just a light breeze coming dead in from center field right now. And it's a perfect time for some baseball weather. You see both of those managers down in the circle there, meeting up before the game. This is year number 6 of the Kenny Matthews era. 109 wins so far, looking for number 110 tonight. Trojans coming off of a 2023 season where they went 19-12-1, a perfect on-the-money 500, 8-8, which was tied for 5th for the Trojans last year. Got a lot of returning production. Want to look through the Trojans roster this year. You have an Andrew Mason, a senior infielder, second-team All-District last year. Steven Shigenda, a senior catcher, second-team All-District. Jet Joseph, senior, honorable mention All-District. Bo Munin, a senior infielder. Drew Merle, Trevin Weinbright, honorable mention All-District. Ed Small, coming into his junior year, second-team All-State last year. Gus Beggart, also honorable mention All-District. And we have these starting lineups right now.
First baseman, number 12, Seth Crowley. Batting fourth, left fielder, number 15, Derek Paez. Batting fifth, right fielder, number 11, Gus Beggart. Batting sixth, third baseman, number 10, Ben Weisman. The DH for tonight is number 4, Bo Moonen. Shortstop, batting eighth, number 18, Colin Haynes. The catcher, batting ninth, number 22, Steven Sashkinda. And the pitcher for the Trojans, number 9, Drew Merrill. And the rest of the Trojans. And now the starting lineups for your Austin High Maroons. Batting first, the shortstop, number 2, Javier Godins. The catcher, number 3, James Scott. Batting third, the first baseman, number 1, Jaden Besa. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 14, Luke Plazonka. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 13, Jack Unberhagen. Batting sixth, second baseman, number 12, Logan Kinney. The DH for the Maroons is number 19, Henry Shooter. Batting eighth, left fielder, number 7, Drew Anderson. And batting ninth, center fielder, number 11, Ty Schreiber. The pitcher for the Maroons will be number 23, Jake Beck. The Maroons are head coached by Alejandro Arianes and assisted by Bernard Riley. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd please stand. Gentlemen, please remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem. Let's play ball.
All right, rather punctual here at Austin High this evening. I think we might have missed the start of the starting lineup for the Anderson Trojans. They will be led off by number 5, center fielder Ed Small. Hitting second will be Trevin Weinbright, the second baseman. Number 6, and Seth Crowley, the first baseman, will be the first 3 due up to get the season started. Trojans got the road gray pants, the black jersey tops with the blue and yellow trim. Blue number on the back, Anderson across the chest. Numbers on the front as well, those rimmed by the yellow. Austin High, simple uniforms, but they look good in them. Just plain white. Austin across the chest, the A script on the helmet, or on the caps. Trojans, I believe, wearing their camo caps here tonight with the AT logo up on them. But now, taking the mound here is number 23, Jake Beck. As they get warm now, I want to thank our 2 sponsors on tonight's broadcast. Very thankful for them, the Capital Pain Institute and Legacy Turf and Grass. Happy to be back doing some more Trojan broadcasts on Vype. Basketball ended a week ago today. Recognize a lot of these faces packing the house in the student section. Got a pretty good crowd here on a Tuesday night. All of our games that we're going to be broadcasting for the first month or so of the season going to be on Tuesdays, and then we'll get Tuesdays, Fridays. We've got a couple Mondays, a couple Thursday games, but for the most part, Tuesdays and Fridays will be our broadcast night. And, of course, this one, February 20th. The date of our first game is Ed Small coming into the batter's circle. Catcher throwing down to second base. That's a James Scott, number 3 for Austin High behind the plate. And here we go, play ball. Small adjusts the batting gloves before he steps in, the righty, junior. It's that new philosophy, putting one of your better hitters in the leadoff spot, not just an on-base guy. 341 feet out to right field, 311 out to left, 401 to dead center. The wind has calmed down. Just a light here in the ballpark, and we are underway. First pitch, foul tipped into the mitt for strike 1. Ed Small aggressive here early. Good heater from Beck. Looks in. The 0-1. That one upstairs, ball one off speed. Back number 23 at the mound. Third pitch of this at bat. That one swung on, hit high into the air, but definitely playable into shallow right. And the first at bat of the season will be a fly out to right field. Shuttling underneath that one is Jack Umberhagen.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 6, Trevin Weinbright.
So 3 pitches, 1 out. Not a bad start for Beck. But now a lefty to the plate, Trevin Weinbright, the second baseman. The windup from Beck. This one swung on and missed. 0-1 to Trevin Weinbright. Didn't have the scoreboard right, but now it's right. 1 out showing. This one upstairs, 1-1. Up and away there. One ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. This one grounded on the infield, right back to the pitcher, and a nice play. Pitcher's playing defense too. Jake Beck over to third base for the putout. It's a 1-3 for out number 2.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 12, Seth Crowley.
Jaden Besa there. First baseman number 1 for the Maroons on the putout. He'll be batting third here in the bottom of the first. Three pitches to each batter so far. Now Seth Crowley to the plate. First baseman takes the first pitch. That one on the inside, called a ball, 1-0. From Beck. This one hit on the ground, past the glove of the pitcher, but to the second baseman and on time for out number 3. A nice put out there on the routine play. Logan Kenny over to the first baseman, and a 1-2-3 inning for Jake Beck. And the Anderson Trojans go in order. No runs on no hits. We head now to the bottom of the first defensive showing of the district season for the Trojans. You are watching Trojan Baseball on Vype, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. Back in for the bottom of the second inning. 3 outs gone here. Has taken the mound is Drew Merle, the senior pitcher. Take you around the infield here for the Trojans in just a moment. Behind the plate is Steven Shagenda. Seth Crowley at first, Trevin Weinbright there at second base. Shortstop number 18, Colin Haynes. And over in the corner is Ben Waisman at third. Leading this thing off for Austin High will be Javier Godinez, the shortstop, followed by James Scott, the catcher, and Jaden Besa, the first baseman. Pretty efficient inning there. At the top for Jake Beck. But the Trojans aggressive early at the plate. Now getting ready to step in is Godinez, number 2 shortstop.
Leading it off for the Maroons, shortstop, number 2, Javier Godinez.
Here's Merle. First pitch in this one catches the inside corner of the zone there. That is strike 1. Austin High faithful not loving that call, but see what the zone looks like for the rest of the game for Merle. 0-1. That one in a similar spot, but misses outside. 1-1. Already here. Shigenda going to the mound. Having a chat with Merle. Looks like maybe not quite on the same page, but now back to the plate will be Shigenda. The 1-1. Foul back. First one of the season. Good to get it out of the inning, or out of the way in the first inning. Everyone always jumps. That's the great part of the new season, getting used to new names on a new roster, getting a feel for some new players. But after the foul ball on the 1-1, this one chopped foul as well, just getting a piece of it to stay alive. Just 8 pitches in that first inning for Jake Beck. 4 already here. Time called. Godinez back in. Play on. Another 1-2. That one low and outside for ball 2. 2-2 now. Two from Earl. This one hit hard on the ground to short, playable. The throw in time for out number 1. Nice play by Colin Haynes, fielding the ball that took a bit of a funky hop, firing it over to first base in time for out number 1. But as he just said, James Scott, the catcher number 3, steps to the plate. Here's the first pitch to Scott, and that'll miss downstairs. The 1-0, that one fouled back and into the screen. Awfully noisy. Back to it. Nobody on with 1 out. The 1-1 from Merle. Here's the pitch. That one misses outside. It's now 2-1. Tenth pitch of the inning. This one swung on and missed. Good breaking ball there for strike 2. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're looking for the first strikeout of the game. The way to take that pitch, James Scott not fooled on that outside corner. The count goes full at 3-2 with 1 out. Payoff. Froze him for strike 3 called. Looks like Scott not too pleased with it. Maybe thought it was a little bit low, but getting the called third strike for strikeout number 1 on the
batting
season
the
for Jake Beck.
first baseman,
Or,
number
excuse
1,
me, for Drew Merle.
Jaden Besa.
So here's the 3-hole hitter Besa. Comes to the plate with nobody out. Or excuse me, with nobody on and 2 out. Takes that one inside for ball 1. He's shaking off the rest here too. The 1-0. This one called a strike on the inside corner. It's 1-1 to Besa. That one misses for ball 2. Outfield hadn't been involved here early. And the 2-1. Here's Merle. This one chopped on the ground. It'll go to the shortstop. Throw over is high, but in time. And that will be it for out number 3. So a busy inning for Colin Haynes. Not so busy for Derek Paez, the left fielder, Ed Small, the center fielder. Or over in right, Gus Beggar. Now coming up, no runs on no hits. We go to the second inning. For your Trojans, it will be Paez, Beggart, and Weisman. Left field, right field, and third base. Coming up here in the top of the second. 16 pitches that inning for the Trojans, but we'll go ahead and step aside here. You're watching Anderson Baseball on Vype. In for the top of the second. On for his second inning of work is Jake Beck. Very efficient in that first inning. 3 pitches, and 2 pitches to each batter that he faced. Was able to get Small, Weinbright, and Crowley in order, but now it'll be 4, 5, 6 due up for the Trojans. Paez, Beggart, and Weisman.
Batting for the Trojans, number 15, Derek Paez.
Another lefty to the plate. A couple outfielders due up first and second here in this order, this inning. First pitch catches his own, strike 1 looking. Beck looking in. His 0-1 delivery. That one looking in too. It's quickly 0-2 on a pair of called strikes here to Paez. The 0-2 pitch. That one chopped, and that'll be called foul. Rolled for a little bit. Wasn't sure what they were going to call it, but will end up being a foul ball. It stays at 0-2. Now the 4th pitch coming to Paez. That's the most a Trojan batter's seen tonight. Back to it for Beck. This one fouled off. Way to stay alive here for Paez. Still nothing in 2. This one well outside. Now 1 and 2. Back. Wind up. Taking that one downstairs. Now 2 balls, 1 strike. You can tell Paez waiting patiently for something. Took the first 2 for strikes, fouled a couple back, now 2-2. Trying to get something going here to start the second. The 2-2 pitch. That one outside. The count goes full from 0-2 to 3-2. Believe this is the 9th pitch of the at-bat. No matter the outcome, a very good duel between Paez and Beck. The payoff pitch. That one fouled off down the left field line. Another 3-2 on the way. Nobody on with nobody out. Here's the pitch. Takes that one. That's ball 4. A fantastic at-bat there for Derek Paez. Now Trojans have a runner aboard with nobody out. Gus Beggart comes to the plate, the right fielder. First base runner for either squad. Now coming back and able to find the zone again after the walk is Jake Beck. Nothing in 1. Steps off the rubber. Beck, number 23. Looking in, now stepping back again. No pitch clock here, ladies and gentlemen. Now here we go for the 0-1. That one will miss. That's ball 1. Good eye there. Paez taking a couple steps off first. A 1-1. And going back over to first base, but back well in time. Beck trying to hold the runner. Faking there at first base is Paez. Only a couple steps off the bag. That one tails back into the zone. Beauty of a breaking ball there for strike number 1. Make that 2 strikes. Beggart. The 1-2 to the junior right fielder. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's the first K of the game for Jake Beck. That one's swinging. Both pitchers now with 1 strikeout. Now Ben Waisman, the third baseman, to the plate. 1 on, 1 out. That one up and in, dodging that a little bit is Ben Waisman. The 1-0. Check swing, but the home plate umpire is going to ring him up there. That's strike one. Not the most competitive hack there from Weisman. That's why I tried to hold it up. 15 pitches in the inning already here for Jake Beck as he looks in, checks the runner. The 1-1. That one downstairs, it's ball 2, 2-1. After getting the leadoff man on, Trojans trying to get something going here. It was an excellent at-bat from Paez as they try to check him back at first base once again. 2-1. Beck misses outside, diving out for that one was the catcher Scott. Makes it 3 balls, 1 strike. Trojans, no hits yet, but a walk will have the one runner on here. The 3-1. Here's the pitch. That one upstairs, ball 4. The Trojans have 2 aboard. That moves Paez up to second base.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 4, Bo Moonen.
Now number 4, Bo Moonen to the plate. Senior lefty with 2 aboard, runner in scoring position for the first time tonight. Timeout called. Scott and Beck will have a conversation here. Still just 1 away. 16 pitches in the inning so far for Beck. Paez at second, Weisman at first. 2 on, 1 out. Still waiting on the first pitch here. First pitch to Moonen misses low, tells the runners to hold. Good stop there by Scott. The 1-0. Beck checking on Paez. Here's the pitch. That one going to catch the inside corner. Moonen doesn't like the call, but it is 1-1. The 1-1. That one will miss low. Skipped away a little further that time, but runner's still going to be unable to advance. And here a golden opportunity for the Trojans. Stepping back in. 2 balls and 1 strike. Beck checks Paez. The 2-1. That one chopped foul down the first base line. That brings up a 2-2 count. Colin Haynes on deck. Moonen the DH here tonight. Checking on the runner again. Very worried about the traffic here. Two balls, 2 strikes. This one swung on, hit to second base. Flip over for one. The throw is not going to be in time for two. So Munin will reach on the ground, on the fielder's choice, I should say. Brings up Colin Haynes with runners at the corners and two away. Shortstop Haynes, the right-hander. The junior. The first pitch to him. Taking for strike one. Beck looking in, timeout called again. Maroons being very careful here in the second. Don't want to give up that early lead. The 0-1 pitch as Paez threatens at third base. That one gets away and not going to be able to advance to score. However, the runner at first base, Bo Munin, was able to advance to second. So now two runners in scoring position for the Trojans. Now the threat a little bit bigger for the Trojans with two in scoring position. That one misses up and in. It's 2-1. Beck looking in, trying to get out of a jam here in the second. The 2-1 from Beck. That one misses upstairs. It's 3-1. Haynes at the plate. He's taken all four pitches he's seen. Two walks in the inning already for Beck. The 3-1 swung on and hit foul over the Trojan bullpen. Parked a little ways back. Not going to be my car today. The 3-2 as the count goes full on the foul ball. Munin reached on the fielder's choice. Advanced on that pass ball. Paez was the leadoff walk, trying to get him home here. The payoff pitch on a 3-2. And rung him up on the inside corner. And that's the second strikeout in the inning for Beck as he gets out of the big one. Trojans unable to push one across there. No runs on no hits, but a couple of walks for the Trojans, their first activity on the base paths. But one strikeout in the inning, swinging, one strikeout looking for Beck, who, after an excellent first inning, threw 29 pitches there. There in the second. But now Drew Merle will come back out for his second inning of work. Trojans able to send 5 to the plate there in the second. Just couldn't push one across. Make sure we got everything updated. Due up here for the Maroons are 4, 5, and 6 hitters. after a couple of ground outs to short and a strikeout there in the top of the first inning, or the bottom of the first inning. We go to the bottom of the second. It'll be the first baseman, Luke Paisanka. Good name leading us off. Right fielder, Jack Umberhagen. The right fielder will come up second, and Logan Kenny, the second baseman, will be the first three, and hopefully for the Trojans, the only three after. Not a bad first inning, of course. Got a strikeout, got out of it in order, but 16 pitches. Not the most efficient possible. Just trying to keep that down and keep the offense off the bases here for the Maroons. Get out of here quickly after a scary top of the second for the Maroons. The home team able to get out of it. But here's Paisanka to the plate. Here's the first pitch in the bottom of the second. That one skips in there and skips all the way to the backstop. That's ball one. The 1-0. That one fouled off into the concourse. Careful not to knock out any Chick-fil-A sandwiches or nachos over there. But now, we're looking in for the 1-1. That one misses. Good take there for Paisanka. The count goes 2-1. The 2-1. Did he go? He did not. Peel down to first base. No call. Now 3 balls, 1 strike. Merle gets the sign. Is 3-1. That one lifted high in the air on the infield. Over on the second base side, calling everybody off and making the play is Trevin Weinbright for out number 1.
Now batting for the Maroons, right fielder, number 13, Jack Umberhagen.
Now Umberhagen to the plate, 1 away. Trojans got the leadoff walk on there in the top of the second, so good to get the leadoff hitter down. Big cut there on the first pitch for Umberhagen. Misses it. It's 0-1. The 0-1 to Umberhagen. Another big cut. It's 0-2 on the breaking ball. Time called. Now 0-2. Merle. Here's his delivery. Swing and a miss. Got him on 3 pitches. And the throw over is in time for the second strikeout of the game. Drew Merle had him right where he wanted him on that at bat.
Now batting for the Maroons, the second baseman, number 12, Logan Kenny.
Second baseman Logan Kenny to the plate now. Swing and a miss. 4 straight whiffs here for the Maroons. The 0-1 from the lefty. This one hit hard and into the air, but definitely playable for Small as he charges up on it. And it drops harmlessly into his glove for out number 3, and there we go. A very quick, efficient inning, just 10 pitches there for the lefty Drew Merle. And we head now to the top of the third. Pitchers holding strong here early, scoreless through 2. And so far, the Maroons have been retired in order. 6 batters faced, 6 batters retired. Coming up here for Anderson, the lineup will turn over for the first time. It'll be 9, 1, and 2. Steven Shugenda. Catcher Shugenda coming up to the plate for his first at-bat. Then it will be Ed Small and Trevin Weinbright, the 1, 2, and 3 for the Trojans to start us off in the top of the third. Turf and grass. Really appreciate them getting us up on the air here tonight. Always a blast bringing you some high school sports here on the Vype Live Network. And of course, I'm a little biased to the Anderson Trojans. Grew up real close by to Anderson High School, as well as calling Trojan basketball for so many years. Though not too much overlap. Really no overlap at all between the rosters. Northwest Hills, Bull Creek, Greenbelt, some of my favorite parts of the city. So always a blessing and an honor to be able to broadcast some Trojan sports here on Vype. Happy to be here for this season. We will have all these district games all through, maybe we could go all the way into May, if not very, very late April. Well, here we go. First pitch to Shugenda. This one hit well out to center field, but playable. 1 pitch, 1 out. As Jake Beck is out for his 3rd inning of work as the lineup turns over here for the Trojans.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 5, Ed Small.
First at bat for Small. Did leave the infield. It was a fly out over to right field. Here in the top of the third. Nobody on with 1 out. Beck's first pitch to Small. Takes it for strike 1. This one misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Beck will step off the rubber here. The 1-1. That one will catch the inside corner. I've seen a few of those tonight. Trojan players trying to dive away from a ball, but ends up being a called strike. So over there on the left side, a bit of a, maybe not expanded zone, but it's been called consistently. The 1-2 to Small. That one hit well out to left field, tracking back for it and making the play on the run. Good defensive showing there from Drew Anderson, the left fielder. As after some hard contact, Small is retired for out number 2. A couple of flyouts here for him today. Weinbright back up. His second plate appearance today in the top of the first Grounded it back to Beck. First pitch, swing and a miss here. It's 0-1. Beck. This one hit on the ground to second. Second baseman juggles it, not going to be able to make the play here. I'm usually pretty generous. I would score that as an error.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 12, Seth Crowley.
Weinbright was getting down the line in a hurry, and the pitcher Beck was going over to cover, but still probably should have been routine. But nonetheless, for the Trojans, we have a runner aboard with 2 outs. It's Weinbright. Now Crowley to the plate for the second time. 2 away. That one catches the outside corner. Big zone tonight as it goes 0-1. The 0-1. That one will miss downstairs. Now moving up to second base will be Weinbright. So he's been given a couple of bags here. Now a runner in scoring position. Trojans over 2 on the night, but here's Beck checking on the runner. The 1-1 to Crowley. That hit him. So in an inning that probably should be over, Trojans now with 2 aboard. With Paez coming to the plate, who worked a
now batting for the Trojans,
fantastic at-bat.
Paez.
After going down 0-2, was able to draw that walk. Made it all the way to third base before the end of the inning. Couldn't quite push him across. Well, it was going to be a really good bounce back inning for Beck after he threw a lot of pitches in the second. Suddenly he's had to throw a lot more. First pitch is swung on a miss. Going down for that one was Paez. Four base runners for Anderson, still looking for their first hit. Nothing in one. 2 aboard with 2 away. This one hit hard into center field, but that will be right to the center fielder who ranges over to make the play. Only had to take a couple steps to the side. Ty Schreiber there to retire things, and once again getting out of it is Jake Beck. The Trojans had a hit by pitch and a batter reached by an error, but nothing able to come across once again, although there has been traffic. Now 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Going to go ahead and take a quick break as we step aside for the bottom of the third inning. You're watching Trojan Baseball on Vype. Pretty good contact off of Beck there in that third inning. Just haven't quite been able to put them together. Still looking for their first hit. We've had 4 runners on, a pair of walks, a hit by pitch, and an error.
Leading it off for the Maroons is the DH, number 19.
So 4 free
Henry
passes for
Shooter.
Anderson. No hits and no runs. Haven't quite been able to set up the sacrifice in a timely fashion. But Merle back out. He's been very good so far. Was excellent there, especially in the second inning. That one will miss downstairs for ball 1. Shooter to the plate. The DH for Austin High in the 7-hole here. Is now 2-0 to the leadoff man. It'll be Henry Shooter, Drew Anderson, and Ty Schreiber in this inning for the Maroons. The 2-0. That one misses. Got to get right here. It's 3-0. Three balls. No strikes to the leadoff man. Merle taking all the way there. Gets it for strike 1. Shooter looking to be the first base runner here for the Maroons. Fouled back. The count goes full, so 3-0 to 3-2. Left fielder Anderson on deck. The 3-2. Downstairs, ball 4. That's the first walk issued by Drew Merle.
Now batting for the Maroons, the left fielder, number 7, Drew Anderson.
After going down 3-0, working it back 3-2. Shooter has walked. Brings Anderson to the plate. One aboard with nobody out. Showing bunt. Gets it down. That's a pretty good one. Goes back to Merle, the pitcher. He'll go over to first. Throws it high and pulled the first baseman off the bag. So now 2 aboard with nobody away, and Austin High threatening for the first time.
Now batting for the Maroons, the center fielder, number 11, Ty Schreiber.
Seven and 8 hitters, giving Merle some trouble. Brings up the center fielder, Schreiber. Lefty on lefty. Showing bunt again. First baseman comes up. This one well placed. Third baseman going to go to third, and they'll get the out there. They'll get the lead runner. A heads-up defensive play
Now batting for the
by the first baseman, Crowley.
Number 2, Javier Godinez.
So Schreiber at first, Anderson at second. Lead runner retired at third. 2 on with 1 out. As Godinez fouls this one back. Now 0-1. Merle checks the runner at second. The 0-1 pitch, that's going to squirt through the legs of the catcher. And moving up to second and third base are the 2 runners. So now runners at second and third, double play out of order. Now the outlook of this at-bat changes for Godinez. 1-1, 1 out. Has a chance to bring a couple home with the hit into the outfield. Grounded out his first time up. The 1-1. That one gets away, but the runner's not going to be able to do anything with it. As Shigenda has had his work cut out for him here in the third. Now 2-1. Two balls, one strike. That one misses downstairs. The count goes 3-1. This all started with a walk. By my score, neither team has a hit yet. The 3-1 pitch. That one swung on, hit high into the air. I think trailing out a play, and indeed off the roof. A walk to the leadoff man. A throwing error from the pitcher, Merle. Pulling the first baseman off the bag after a bunt. And then a fielder's choice, a nice play by the infield to get the lead runner at third, but Schreiber able to reach, of course. Count goes full. The 3-2 for Merle. That one skips in the dirt, gets away, and a run's going to score. And now trying to throw to first. The ball gets away. They go to Merle. 2 runs are going to score. And now moving up to second base is Godinez. So he works the walk. The pitch gets away. And it's 2-0 Maroons here. So damage done, still with 1 away. Now a runner back in scoring position.
James Scott.
We'll have a chat at the mound here with Merle. Merle remains on the bump. Now coming to the plate will be James Scott, the catcher, struck out his first plate appearance. Now Merle back to the rubber, trying to limit the damage to 2. First pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. Couple unearned runs here. The 0-1. That one will get away again. Pitcher and catcher here having a lot of trouble. There's now a runner on third with 1 out. So the sacrifice in order once again. The 1-1. That one dove inside, didn't hit the batter. Now 2-1. Here's the pitch. This one lifted out of play. It'll go into the parking lot. Home car's safe for now. Count goes 2-2 after the foul ball. Here's the pitch. That one fouled back right into the camera. So Scott able to stay alive. Besa on deck. Godinez on third. Good lead for him. There's 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one hit high in the air on the infield. Will it stay in play? It will not. So good at bat here for Scott. Another 2-2, that one foul tipped. Just got a piece of it. Got away again. Back to Scott, the 2-2. Can't quite drop that one into the zone. It misses high, 3-2 on the breaking ball. Full count, just one away. The 3-2. That one hit into the air, into shallow right. Is it deep enough? There's the right fielder now tagging. The throw to the plate is not in time. The 3rd run scores on the sacrifice. As no, they're going to say left early. He left early. He's out. Austin High, third base coach, doesn't like it, but
at the end of 3, your score is Trojans 0,
after the
Maroons 2.
sacrifice, it would have been a sacrifice. He probably would have made it. But the fly out to shallow right, that could end up being a very big play as it takes a run off the board and gets Anderson out of the inning. So in a sort of awkward way, it is a double play for Anderson on the fly out to right and the runner Godinez not tagging up. But we will move to the top of the 3rd. 2 big outs there late. As through 3, both pitchers have thrown exactly the same amount of pitches at 49. But Jake Beck coming out for his 4th inning of the work as we are into the top of the 4th. This one moving pretty quickly. We are an hour in, headed to our 4th inning. So Anderson got to take advantage of that opportunity. Could be a big swing for Anderson. The run being taken off the board for the Maroons as Jake Scott makes his way out onto the field. It is 2-0. There's a couple of runs scored. Still no hits by my count. A walk, an error, a fielder's choice, and a few either passed balls or wild pitches, however you want to score it. Has the Maroons up 2-0, but I do not believe Merle has given up a hit, although one of those runs did come as a result of his own error. Able to limit the damage there to just 2, get the job done. But he and Shigenda need to get on track a little bit, as that 3rd inning a lot messier than the first couple.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 11, Gus Beggart.
Beggart to the plate, struck out his first time up back in the 2nd. Here in the 4th. First pitch from Beck. That'll miss outside, ball 1. Beck's 1-0. That one fouled off. The count evens up at 1-1. The 1-1. That one looked good from here, but they're going to say it missed that inside corner. It's now 2-1. That's kind of been where the zones have been biggest here this evening. That one he'll get the call. 2-2 to the leadoff man, Beggart. Gus out in right field. Two. Got him looking again. Well, first time looking, but the second K of the day for Beggart.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 10, Ben Wasman.
Brings the junior Waisman to the plate. Third baseman for your Trojans. 1 down. Nobody on with 1 out. As that one misses high, gets away from the catcher, but that's just ball 1 with no traffic. The 1-0. That one's fouled back. The count evens 1-1. First time to the plate, Waisman drew a walk. Second, back in that second inning. That's a good pitch right there. It's 1-2. One and two. 1 out, nobody on. As went around on the check swing, they go down to first base for the out. And that is out number 2. So back-to-back strikeouts for Jake Beck.
Number 4, Bo Moonen.
Who's been very good after a very shaky second inning. Moonen is 0 for 1, but did reach via fielder's choice back in the second. Fouls this one off on the third base side. 0-1. Now 0-2, swing and a miss. Good pitch again from Beck. Nobody aboard here with 2 away. A wind up. This one foul tipped into the glove. Striking out the side is Jake Beck. The Trojans go in order in the 4th. We head now to the bottom of the fourth. It will be the heart of the order here for the Maroons. 3, 4, and 5 due up. Going to go ahead and step aside here for just a moment. When we come back, we will have the bottom of the fourth inning. There it is. I want to thank our sponsor on tonight's broadcast, Capital Pain Institute, as well as Legacy Turf and Grass. Really excited to be out on the air doing some Trojan baseball this year. We'll have all these district games free up through the end of the season. You're watching Anderson Baseball on Vype. Back in for the bottom of the fourth with some Funky Town by Lips Inc. It's a pun on lip sync. One of the best parts about being back at the ballpark is seeing the soundtracks that people go and pick. I'm always good with some Funky Town, but we head now to the bottom of the fourth.
Leading it off for the Maroons, the first baseman, number 1, Jaden Besa.
It will be Jaden Besa, Luke Paisanka, and Jack Umberhagen due up here in the bottom of the fourth. He's a new pitcher for the Trojans. Will Holtz, I believe, having a hard time seeing the number here, even with my relatively young eyes. They do get older every year. Reset that pitch count. So Drew Merle goes 3. This one fouled back. First pitch, a strike for Will Holtz. So Merle able to go 3. 2-run score. Well, we didn't give up a hit. So the combined, as they say, still alive. Well, that one will get away. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Couple of walks given up from Earl. 2 Ks in the game for him. Is now 3-1. As William Holtz into the game, number 33, the senior, in relief in this appearance. Danger of getting back-to-back leadoff hitters on board via the walk. As he walks him there is Besa. After grounding out his first time up here in the 4th inning, leads us off with a walk.
Now batting for the Maroons.
There's Pizanka to the plate now.
14, Luke Pizanka.
The third baseman popped up his first time up. As here in the 4th, gonna pinch their 3-hole hitter.
Running for the Maroons down at first base is number 24, Darryl Jones.
Darryl Jones. Didn't even have to check the roster. That's an easy one to sound out. Darryl Jones will be the runner at first base. now for Holtz. That's a strike on the foul ball. Umberhagen on deck. Nothing in one. Good lead there for Jones. Is that one going to get through the infield? I think he would have been successful either way. A nice, well-executed hit and run there for Austin High. They've got the first two aboard. That's the first base hit we've seen all game.
Now batting for the Maroons, the right fielder, number 13, Jack Umberhagen.
So we'll walk in a base hit. We've got two aboard with none away. One runner in scoring position. Austin High already with the lead. Showing bunt, gets it down. Holtz, but nobody covering first base. And it looked to me like he got there, and they're going to give him the call. The first base coach, undoubtedly an unbiased source. However, from here, it looked to me like Weinbright was just able to get his heel on the backside of that bag. And the runner will be out at first as it stands for now. Good bunt, though, to get the two over, but the interesting. We'll see what the umpire crew does here. And they will go for the out, but Crowley tried to charge up on that one, leaving first base open. A heads-up play by Weinbright just to get over there and record the out. His bases loaded, none away is even scarier than runners at second and third with one out. So a sacrifice bunt, keeping the small ball alive as Jones, who's pinch hitting for Beso, moves to third, and up to second is Paisanka. First pitch swinging as this one fouled up and out of play and into the parking lot. I just got to watch to see whose car it hits. I have had a taillight broken by a kicker. I parked at my own risk, and I paid that price. Hoping he is at the University of Texas now, so hoping he goes to the next level so I can say an NFL kicker broke my taillight. But now 0-2. As Logan Kenny is up to the plate for the first time. Flew out to center field his first time up for the final out of the second. Now a big opportunity here with the runners in scoring position. He is down in the count. Time called. In a big spot. Holtz looking in. Here in relief of Drew Merle. This one misses outside. It's going to get away. And they're going to call it a dead ball. But now a 1-2 count with the runner coming in to score. So Jones, the pinch runner, able to score on the pass ball. Makes the score 3-0 Austin High. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at third base. Here's the stretch. Did he go around? 2-2. Way to hold up. Kenny looking to drive in that runner one way or the other. Hits this one high into the air. That's going to get out of play. The 2-2, time called. Late call, but they'll give it to him. Temperature continues to fall here tonight. Down around 65 now. Believe this was our first day up into the low 80s here in Austin for 2024. Not a good sign based on the summer we just had. But it's a still clear night, not a lot of wind. As the count goes full. And a good at bat here for Kenny. Goes from 0-2 to 3-2. A run has scored in the midst of this at bat. Pajzonka at third base, as that one misses up and in, ball 4. So now runners at the corners with one out.
Now batting for the Maroons, the DH, number 19, Henry Shooter.
Brings the DH to the plate. Henry Shooter walked this first time up. Was thrown out on the base paths. So has not come around to score it despite being part of that beginning. Runner's going to steal. They're going to go back to second. Throw is high. He's safe. They weren't expecting that. Caught Holtz asleep. But fortunately for Anderson, Austin High was not able to execute the double steal. So Pajzonka remains at third, although that does take away a double play possibility. 2 runners in scoring position now for the Maroons. 3-0. But they only have 1 hit. So Anderson got to tighten up a little bit as that one fouled off. Nothing in 1. Swing and a miss. The DH, the 0-2, that one misses upstairs for ball 1. The count goes 1-2. Anderson once again has to limit the damage here to just this 1 run, with 2 more in scoring position now. The 1-2, called strike 3. So that'll be 2 down in the inning now. As Will Holtz picks up his first K of the game. It is looking. So Anderson, that's their 3rd strikeout of the game as a team. 2 of them going in backwards. As reaching down for that one, going into shallow right and making the play. So a 1 pitch out for Drew Anderson. Did come around to score the first run of the ball game. But Austin High able to tack on 1 off of a couple of walks and a base hit from Luke Pajzonka. And the Maroons lead it now 3-0. Anderson really got to get something going offensively. Still hitless here. Struck out in order last time up as Jake Beck comes back to the mound here, excuse me. He's been excellent so far. 61 pitches through 4 as we head now to the top of the 5th. This one moving pretty quickly here. It happens when been a lot of pitching and a lot of defense, but it will be 8-9-1 here for Anderson. Colin Haynes, the shortstop, comes to the plate after striking out his last time up. Shigenda also will come to the plate. Flew out to start off the 3rd, and then Ed Small, who is 0-2 with a pair of flyouts. That will be the 3 for the Anderson Trojans. So, of course, our first broadcast of the season. Our next game will be February the 27th, so next Tuesday, exactly a week off before our next broadcast. Of course, Anderson will be playing more games throughout the week, but our next game will be, I believe, at home, which is Nelson Field, against the Bowie Bulldogs. but they got to find a way to get to Jake Beck. Drawn a few walks. Had a few fortunate plays bounce their way, but haven't been able to capitalize. And now, with just 9 outs remaining, got to get going here if you are the Anderson Trojans. But here we go to start off the top of the 5th inning. That one will catch the outside zone for strike 1. Or outside edge of the zone. Beck punches that one up the middle, and that will get through for a base hit. So a leadoff hit for the Anderson Trojans for Colin Haynes, who is now 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 22, Steven Shaginda.
And great for Anderson to finally get a hit up on the board. They've desperately needed it as Austin High has blanked them so far. It's 3-0 in favor of the Maroons, but now 1 on with nobody out, coming to the plate, Steven Shaginda. Hit the only pitch he saw in his last at-bat out into center field. First pitch swinging again. This one fouled out and out of play. Gave it a bit of a ride out to center, but playable. And now there on a foul ball, he's down 0-1. Small on deck. He'll throw over. As Beck has been pretty aggressive with these base runners. Frequently checking on him, frequently throwing over. Here we go, top 5. 0-1. 1 aboard with nobody out. The stretch, runner goes, pitches low, going to be tough to get him, and they won't. So a stolen base for Haynes. So now a runner in scoring position for Shaginda. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. That's strike 2 for Shaginda. One ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Haynes at second base. Here's the pitch. That one foul tipped into the glove for strike 3 and out number 1.
Now batting for the
6th strikeout of the game for Jake Beck as Small comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2, but back in that third inning really gave a pitch out to left field a ride. But better defense from Anderson. See what he does here. In a big spot with a runner on. A runner in scoring position. Beck. Timeout called. Small calls for that one. Here's the first pitch to him. Checked swing, they're going to say went around. Tough call there against Small. Looked like his shoulder went, definitely threw his shoulder into that a lot, but it looks like he did a pretty good job of keeping the bat back against that shoulder. So I don't actually think the tip of the bat went that far, but the way his body moved, it definitely looked worse than it was. But here's the 0-1 to him. That one strike 2 called, so quickly 0-2 hole for Ed Small. Runner at second. Small down 0-2. Beck checks the runner. Here's the pitch. That one in the dirt, ball 1. Is this the first real opportunity for Anderson since that second inning? The 1-2. Time called again. Beck really attentive to these runners on the base paths, taking his time between pitches to keep an eye on them. The 1-2. That one hit hard to second, but caught on a hop. Nice play there to retire Small. Logan Kenny with a nice read there at second base to make a play on that ball. The runner moves up to third base, but that is out number 2.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 6, Trevin Weinbright.
Brings up Weinbright. He's 0 for 2 today, but did reach in the third on an error. Weinbright looking for his first base hit of the ball game. Swings at this one. This one going to get out of play. Count 0-1. Beck's pitch. This one hit on the ground to short. Going to try and beat it out as Weinbright, and the ball gets away. The Trojans are on the board, and Weinbright will be able to move up to second base. And now, with Weinbright at second, Anderson thinking crooked numbers. It's been an excellent outing for Beck so far. He's thrown 73. And now a meeting at the mound for the Maroons. Leading 3-1, a runner is in scoring position for the Trojans.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 12.
They'll keep Beck out on the mound. I'm scoring at an infield single for Weinbright. I think his speed on the base paths may have rushed the throw a little bit. Contributed to it anyhow. It'll be Crowley. First baseman, 3-hole hitter, 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch. Now in the 5th, getting a little more interesting with 2 down. Beck offers a 1-0. That one foul tipped into the glove. Just strike one. Nothing in 1. Comes home with it. That ball's going to get away. Weinbright's going to be able to advance to third. Doesn't do too much. But 90 feet closer now, just 90 feet away. Well, now definitely anything that touches the outfield grass will be a run scored. But a pair of singles have the Trojans their first run. The 1-1 pitch. Crowley takes high. Two on from Jake Beck. That one misses outside. The count goes 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 away. Runner at third base. Swing and a miss. Full count. Beck trying to get out of one more. He's thrown 78 pitches. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. And Beck is fired up. And understandably so. That's his 7th strikeout to get out of the 5th inning, although the Trojans do get on the board. Definitely one single to get us started. That one belonged to Colin Haynes, also stole a base in that inning. Trevin Weinbright, a little on the line. It wasn't the easiest play in the world, that throw over from shortstop, especially with the speed of Weinbright, but he was able to reach. And that did contribute to that first run coming in, Colin Haynes, to score it for the Anderson Trojans. So 1 run on a hit and a half, and we head now to the bottom of the 5th inning. Going to go ahead and step aside. Want to thank our sponsors on tonight's broadcast. Really appreciative of them to get some Anderson baseball up on the Vype Live Network, Legacy Turf and Grass, as well as the Capital Pain Institute. Going to go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Bottom of the 5th now. It will be Derek Paez on the mound now for your Trojans. Although, can't quite see from here who is his defensive replacement out there in left field. Try to get a read on that in a moment. These dark numbers on the dark jersey with just the gold trim. A little tough to see, but we're making do. I was arrogant. I was arrogant with my eyesight. I believed it would we would carry me. Unfortunately not.
Center fielder number 11, Ty Schreiber.
It'll be 9-1-2 for the Maroons as the third pitcher of the game for the Trojans, as Will Holtz goes 1 inning there in the 4th. Schreiber reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. He's 0 for 1. The count 1-0. That one catches his own for strike 1, the first strike of the game here. As Derek Paez going to try and keep the Maroons off the base paths and off the scoreboard. They have scored in each of the last 2 innings. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Now batting for the Maroons, shortstop, number 2.
So a nice at bat to start Derek Paez. 4 pitches gets him a K.
Only a few Chick-fil-A sandwiches left at the concession stand. You'll get them while they're hot.
That one misses just outside. It's ball one. Javier Godinez was a walk and a ground out today. If you recall, back in the third, tried to tag up on a sacrifice fly, left a little too early. And that ended up retiring the inning. And at the time would have been a 3-run inning for Austin High. They were able to tack it on later on in the fourth. That one hit up into the air. That'll get foul. That one off the roof of the Burger Center. Here, Ed. The Burger Athletic Complex. Checking all 3 boxes now for me. 2-1. That one in there for strike 2. Catches the outside corner. I've now broadcast a game from the Burger Stadium, the Burger Center Gym, and now Burger Field. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Now batting for the Maroons, catcher, number 3, James Scott.
Brings up Scott. He's 0 for 2. Nice breaking pitch. Falls in for the called strike. It's strike 1. 0-1. That one tailing out of the zone, still taking a cut at it. Got all the way to the backstop. As Paez looking strong in his outing so far. Good stop there by Shigenda. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, went upstairs for that one. Strike 3.
At the end of 5, your new score is the Trojans 1, Maroons 3.
No runs on no hits. Striking out the side is Derek. For our penultimate
Leading off for the Trojans,
top half of the
number
inning.
15, Derek Paez.
Regularly scheduled inning, I should say, of course. Extras are obviously a possibility. But the Trojans need to add on a little bit before we can start thinking about that. They trail by 2. It'll be Paez, Beggart, and Weisman. Here's Beck. Taken downstairs. Good eye there from the pitcher. Beck looking in. Getting his signs. 1 ball, no strikes. That one hit hard through the infield. That's down for a base hit out to center field as Paez is aboard a leadoff base hit. Back-to-back innings now the Trojans have started us off with a base hit. Brings up Beggart. The right-handed right fielder.
Running for the Trojans first base is number 2, Ben Hatcher.
No Ben Hatcher out on the base path for Paez. If I recall, now that I'm thinking about it, I believe that you can have a pinch runner without actually lifting the player entirely at the high school level. It's been, 1 year since we've done a game. As this one, a swing and a miss, but a stolen base. Is now, that's Hatcher. Moves up. As Beggart swings through that one, it's 0-2. Looking to avoid the trifecta here. 0-2 as Beck delivers. That one will miss inside, now 1-2. Now 1-2. Hatcher at second base. And swinging through is Beggart. And now moving up to third base. And safe there at third. Could have been a disaster there for Anderson, but Hatcher able to steal his second base. And now he is up to third with one away. That is another strikeout for Beggart. That is the first out. Ben Weisman up to the plate. Based on my pronunciation guide. This one fouled back. Strike one. As that'll be another hit by pitch. This is the second hit batsman by Beck here tonight. Now runners at the corners with one out. So now Weisman has walked, he's struck out, and he's been hit by a pitch. Ball hasn't left home plate for him. But he's been on base twice. Now Connor Como coming to the plate, pinch hitter. We're having another pinch runner there at first base. Connor Como stepping to the plate for his first appearance.
Connor Como.
Just a sophomore. I know this is a guy that this team is very excited about. Now bringing him in a big spot with runners on the corners with one away. Down to your last couple innings as he starts out aggressive. This one fouled out of play. That one did glance off a car. So Como coming in for the DH Munin. With the pinch runner, Ben Hatcher, there at third base. He ran for Paez. But now 0-1. Runner goes, fouled off. This is the aptly named Jet Joseph will have to jog back to first. Nothing in 2. Swing and a miss, got Como. Now 2 outs, brings up Haynes. He does have a base hit in today's game so far, the shortstop. Has a strikeout and a single. Got us started back in the 5th inning. Did come around to score the Trojans' lone run of the game. Going to try and keep the rally going here with 2 outs. .90 pitches in the game for Beck. Here's 91. Runner goes. Strike called. They're going to give the runner second to avoid that double steal, I believe. So Jet Joseph moves up. He's senior outfielder. Runners at second and third. Here's back the 0-1. That one skips in the dirt. It's under the leg of the umpire. Not going to get far enough away for Anderson to come in and score on that. I cut it back down to 1 as the wind's starting to pick up, blowing my papers around. Keeping it old school with the Academy Sports and Outdoors scorebook. It's a classic. Producing and everything, it's hard to keep track of that many screens. Got to do it all on paper, right? The 1-1. That one, not a bad pitch. Don't think the catcher did any favors to Beck there. Makes it 2-1. Now 2-1. As Jake Beck looks to get out of one more jam. That one high and tight for ball 3. Shigenda on deck. Three balls, 1 strike. Here's Beck. That one catches the zone. It's strike 2. The count goes full. 2 on, 2 out. 3-2. Beck trying to wriggle free one more time. He's been tremendous for most of the night. The payoff. Swing and a miss for his 10th strikeout of the night on pitch number 95. Yeah, make that 96. So the Trojans threaten, but once again leave a couple runners in scoring position. No runs come across on a single and a hit by pitch. Beck ultimately striking out the side there. And that'll do it for Anderson in the top of the 6th inning. We head now to the bottom of the 6th. Paez going to be back out there for the Trojans. Was excellent there back in the 5th inning, striking out the side. It will be 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up for the Maroons. We will be back right after this. All right. Of course, at the high school level, only play 7. So Anderson going to need to limit Austin High here. And they've got 3 more outs to work with. But Derek Paez back to the mound. And yes, okay. Suspicion confirmed. Every level's got a couple different rules. And yes, you can pinch run without lifting a player from the game. I was confused that back in the 4th inning, they had a pinch runner for Jaden Besa, the 3-hole hitter. But he is back out there, of course, for another at-bat. Walked his last time up. Another at-bat is a ground out. Takes this first one high and outside for ball 1. This one lifted high, tailing out of play, and it will fall harmlessly over the Austin High bullpen. Wind starting to pick up. Throwing across the field from left to right. This one grounded to short. Throw is in time for out number 1. Haynes there able to make the play for Base's second 6-3 put out of the game.
Now batting for the Maroons is third baseman, number 14, Luke Paisanka.
Brings up Paisanka. Singled his last time up. That one in there, strike 1 called. One misses outside, it's 2-1. The 1-1. This one hit on the ground, back to the shortstop. Nice plays there, making him look easy. As Haynes with 2 putouts here.
Now
just to the top of the 6th.
Right fielder, number 13, Jack Umberhagen.
Umberhagen to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up, laid down a sac bunt. This one a little cue shot off the end of the bat, and that one will fall foul. This one will stay fair. The throw from the 3rd corner, and that will be there. Nice infield play as Umberhagen coming up a little bit. Might have tweaked something there running down the line, but a nice play over there at 3rd base by Ben Waisman. And that will be it for the bottom of the 6th. Anderson down to their last few outs, but in a pretty good spot to do it. Looking ahead, they will have 9, 1, and 2 due up. It'll be Shigenda, who's 0 for 2 today, as a strikeout and a flyout. Ed Small, who has gone hitless to this point, he's 0 for 3. He's had some good contact and a couple tough calls not go his way. Hasn't been able to reach his full stature behind the plate. We know one of the most important weapons, if not the most important offensive weapon for the Trojans. Hitting in that leadoff spot. We do have a new pitcher here for Austin High. It is Luke Paisanka, and after just a tremendous outing by Jake Beck, it's hard for an offense to get going when a guy has his stuff like Jake Beck did tonight. 96 pitches, 10 Ks, including striking out the side his last time, his last inning out there in the 6th. Very impressive outing for him. But now we step back in for the top of the 7th. Got a little bit of scorekeeping to do, but now it'll be Shigenda. Steven looking for his first base hit, or his first time getting on base. Anything to start a rally. Anderson, 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead.
Maroons is number 14, Luke Paisanka.
There's Paisanka to the mound.
Number 22.
See if Anderson can get to this bullpen maybe. First pitch, swung on and fouled back, strike one. Definitely would classify this one as maybe not a pitching duel between two starters, but Anderson only has given up 3 runs. A lot of those were due to issues behind the base paths, as well as pass ball and wild pitches. Giving up a lot of free passes. There hasn't been, as here's the 0-2. That one misses well upstairs. It's now 1-2. There hasn't been an extra base hit in this game. The hardest contact has been on a couple of flyouts, as he's able to foul this one thing off and stay alive. Keep battling. The 1-2. That one outside. Count goes 2-2. That wind chill picking up. Now blowing pretty much directly from center to home plate. Now this one also fouled back. We'll keep it going. That was a 6th pitch of the at-bat. Credential caught in my headset here, but the 2-2. This will be the 7th pitch of this at bat. Ringing him up on a called strike. Shigenda doesn't like the call. Lingers around home plate for a minute, but good fight there at the plate for him, but tough outcome as that will be the first out. Go in as a backwards K for Shigenda. 2 outs remaining here. Small, as I mentioned a moment ago, is over 3. But gave a good ride to a ball back in the 3rd inning. First pitch called strike. The 0-1. That one will catch the outside corner, as Small has not liked the zone tonight. Nothing in 2. And just fighting it off, able to punch it in between the first and second baseman. Small is aboard with 1 out. Way to punch that thing the other way on an 0-2 count.
Number 6, Trevin Weinbright.
So now 1 for 4 is Small. Trevin Weinbright to the plate. He's reached base twice, both times by questionable means. The second one a little bit closer to an infield single, but definitely the first time he reached was via the error. An aggressive scorekeeper would probably call them both errors. As he chops this one on the infield, might be a tough play for the pitcher. Pyzonka able to throw it over for out number 2, but Small into scoring position. Although that one run doesn't bother you too much if you're Austin High. As Weinbright, that's his second 1-3 of the game. There's 2 away with Crowley coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with strikeout and a hit by pitch. Talk it over. Try and handle this. Bert Pyzonka wants to make it his last batter. And now stepping to the plate is Seth Crowley. Senior first baseman takes the first pitch for a called strike. A righty Pyzonka. That one will get low, but well blocked by the catcher. Small has to stay put. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Small at second base, dances off. This one hit hard into the air in center field. Trouble, and that'll get down for a base hit. Small being waved around and will come in to score easily. Staying at first base will be Seth Crowley, but a big spot there, an RBI single. The Trojans still have life, trailing by 1, with the go-ahead run now coming to the plate. Mound visit here. Crowley going to come out here. Will be a pinch runner. That's number 20, Zayden Sharp, junior outfielder, coming to the base paths. And with 2 away, Trojans aren't done yet. A 2-out single from Crowley gets him within 1. Derek Paez singled his last time up. Also has a walk. So he's 1 for 2, but has reached base 2 of the 3 times he's come to the plate. Also has been pretty excellent in relief here. Three strikeouts in the 5th and 3 groundouts in the 6th. Now with the chance to play the hero for Anderson and try to tie this game. First pitch swinging, fouled off. Now 0-1. Throw over. A little dangerous. Don't want to end the game there. But Pyzonka to the mound. Time called. Now the lefty steps back in. Beggard on deck. Paez at the plate now. The 0-1, runner goes. This one hit well, but no, it won't get over the infield, and that'll do it for the ball game. Looked like from this angle might have had a little more ride on it, but it will fall harmlessly into the glove of Javier Godinez, and that will be your final score. 3-2, Austin High picks up the victory in a tough game, a tough one to drop for the Trojans, as they just couldn't quite put some of those rallies together. Threatened in quite a few innings, just couldn't quite push them across. They scored one there in the 6th and one there, I believe, in the 5th. So they trail it 3-2, and the story of that game was absolutely the starting job by Jake Beck, and the starter for the Austin Maroons, the winning pitcher. Went 6 innings, threw 96 pitches, threw 10 strikeouts. Can't be complimentary enough of the kind of game that he had tonight. Thought Paez might have been able to poke that one over the infield, but just not so, as the Trojans dropped this one on the road. So the Maroons able to pick up a victory. Hey, maybe revenge for a couple basketball losses. But that'll do it for us here from South Austin tonight. I want to thank you all for tuning into our first broadcast of Trojan Baseball on Vype for the season. My name is Jack Farrell. We'll be with you throughout the whole season. Would love anybody, any parent, anyone who wants to come hop on, do some color, would totally welcome that. Baseball's a game definitely real good to have partner with, but had a blast here tonight. Really good start for the season. Good to get back into the flow for baseball. Dropping a tough one, though, here on the road against the Maroons of Austin High School. So the Trojans drop to 0-1 in district play. I believe they're going to go play a tournament up in Pflugerville after this, up in the PFL, over this weekend. Our next game will be at 7:30 p.m. That one will be at home, a home game for the Trojans coming up next on February 27th. They will take on the Bulldogs of Bowie High School, or if you're not from here, Bowie High School. But tonight, dropping a tough one in a 3-2 loss. Starting pitcher for the Austin Maroons was tremendous tonight. 96 pitches, 10 strikeouts through 6 complete. Trojans rally falls just short. We want to thank you for tuning in tonight. Want to thank my QA back in the Vype Live studios, Mr. Randy Fry, for keeping us afloat, as well as our technical director, Ms. Zuna Fencott, who was on site for us here, keeping an eye on this Austin High broadcast. Who was a Vype off tonight, with the Maroons broadcast getting the victory here. But that'll do it for us tonight. Going to go ahead and sign off now. A 3-2 score. The Trojans drop it on the road here at Burger Center, and we will be back, I believe, at Nelson Field. That's the home stadium for the Trojans. We'll be back up there in exactly 1 week on the 27th. Until then, I want to wish you a great night, a great rest of your week, and we will be back